class for half an hour session. Okay, so please listen to it carefully. So today's topic that we are going to discuss is about drugs, smoking, and alcohol abuse. What are its effects on people who are addicted to this? And so we will be going through this in detail. As you can see, the backdrop: poverty, then there's a skull. So they all indicate about the status of people who are addicted to drugs, smoking, and alcohol abuse. Their not only their health, social aspect of it has also affected, and their economic aspect is also affected. So these things are going to be a important thing that you should know. So most of the you students, what you do is you write whatever comes to your mind, the answer. So you should not do that. You should be thorough with this topic, and whatever content they have given, the same we expect even in our uh, answer part of it. Okay, so let us begin with this topic. So the drugs, the commonly abused drugs, it's not used, abused. Okay, abused in the sense, so they are not prescribed or to be taken. Okay, so they are more of abuse of drugs. So the opioids. Okay, so opioids includes heroin, the morphine, opium. So cannabinoids, they are obtained from this cannabis. So the coca alkaloids, they are obtained from cocaine. So the coca alkaloids, they are obtained from this plant cocoa. So we'll be discussing about these three types of commonly abused drugs. Okay, so opioids, the first one, they bind to specific opioid receptors in central nervous system. So they bind to special opioid receptors in the central nervous system, the opioids, and gastrointestinal tract. Not only in the central nervous system, but also in gastrointestinal tract. They bind to specific opioid receptors in central nervous system and gastrointestinal tract. Example for this opioids are morphine, heroin. Okay, then there is also the brown sugar, what they call it as brown sugar. So they are the common examples of opioids. So morphine is extracted from the latex of poppy plant. This Gusgase plant, it is nothing but Gusgase plant. The flowers are very colorful. So some of you might be growing it as ornamental plants, but you are under risk. Without license, you cannot grow this poppy plant at your homes or in gardens. If your neighbor or anyone complains, you would end up into serious legal issues. Okay, so the poppy plant scientific name is Papaver somnifera. So this is the poppy plant or Gusgase plant, what we call it as. So the morphine is extracted from the latex. See the unripe buds or ovary of the poppy plant. So they make slits, and the latex that is collected, that is secreted, is collected and used for extraction of this opioids. Okay, so the morphine is extracted from the latex of poppy plant. It is a sedative. If you use it as a medicine, it is a sedative and painkiller, and very useful for surgery. Okay, it is a sedative and painkiller and useful for surgery. Abuse of this as a narcotic structure, it might be. So heroin is smack or diacetyl morphine. It is a white, colorless, bitter crystalline compound. So it's a white, colorless, bitter crystalline compound, heroin, or it's also called as smack. Chemically, it is also known as diacetyl morphine. It's a white, odorless, bitter crystalline compound. It is obtained. How is this obtained? By acetylation of morphine. So morphine is extracted from the latex of Papaver somnifera. The morphine, when they are acetylated, we obtain the heroin, the smack or diacetyl morphine, we call it as. So generally they take this by snorting, so through nose or by injection. So the heroin or smack or diacetyl morphine is taken through snorting or through injection. So it is a depressant and slows down the body function. So it is a depressant and it slows down the body functions. That is the role of heroin, smack, or diacetyl morphine. So cannabinoids, They interact with cannabinoid receptors in the brain, generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion. So the cannabinoids, they are obtained from the plant Cannabis sativa. So they are generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion. Inhalation, inhaling it, or by oral ingestion. So they take up this cannabinoid. So they interact with cannabinoid receptors in the brain, generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion. So the different parts of this names for this cannabis is hash, uh, salspacker, skunk, they call it as pot, marijuana. Okay, so they're all the different names for this cannabinoids. So natural cannabinoids are obtained from this inflorescence of the plant. It is obtained from the inflorescence of the plant Cannabis sativa. So the natural cannabinoids are extracted or obtained from the inflorescence of the plant Cannabis sativa, which is also called as hemp plant. Its flower tops, leaves, and resins are used to produce, say, the flower tops. So, but the cannabis is obtained from the inflorescence of the plant, which is also called as hemp plant, Cannabis sativa. Its flower tops, leaves, and resins are used to produce marijuana, ashish, charas, and ganja. So they are used to obtain this marijuana, hashish, ashish, charas, and ganja are obtained from the flower tops, leaves, and resins. So they affect the cardiovascular system. So the circulatory system, they affect cannabinoids. Cannabinoids are abused by some sport persons to improve their performance. So their cannabinoids are also abused by some sports persons to improve their stamina, endurance, and performance. So this is the skeletal structure of cannabinoid molecule. So cannabinoids are abused by sports persons. So the third variety of the drugs which are abuse of drugs is the cocaine, the coca alkaloids or cocaine. So it is also called as coke or crack. Smack is different. Okay. So coca alkaloids or cocaine, it is also called as coke or crack. It is obtained from the coca plant. So this is obtained from the coca plant, Erythroxylum coca. So the cocaine or coca alkaloids are obtained from the coca plant, Erythroxylum coca. So it interferes with transport of neurotransmitter dopamine. So this cocoids or cocaine, they interfere with transport of neurotransmitter dopamine. So coca alkaloids or cocaine, they interfere with transport of neurotransmitter dopamine. So they are obtained from the plants Erythroxylum coca. Okay. So cocaine is usually snorted. So this coke or crack is usually snorted. It stimulates the central nervous system, producing euphoria. Euphoria is a sense of high sense of happiness and increased energy. Okay, excessive dosage of cocaine causes hallucinations. Hallucinations is seeing things and hearing things which doesn't exist. Okay, the excessive dosage of cocaine causes hallucinations. Atropa belladonna and datura are also hallucinogenic plant. So this Atropa belladonna and datura, they are also hallucinogenic plants. So cocaine is usually snorted. It stimulates central nervous system to produce euphoria and increased energy. Excessive dosage of cocaine causes hallucinations. So Atropa belladonna and datura are also hallucinogenic plant. So they cause hallucinations. So that is what you have to remember about the cocaine or coca alkaloids, which causes excess euphoria and increased energy. Excessive consumption also causes hallucinations. So next, the drugs like barbiturates, amphetamines, benzodiazepines. So barbiturates, amphetamines, benzodiazepines are used as medicines to treat mental illness like depression and insomnia, sleeplessness. Insomnia is sleeplessness. So the drugs like barbiturates, amphetamines, and benzodiazepines are used as medicines to treat uh, mental illnesses like depression and insomnia. But they are abused, resulting in impairment of physical, physiological, or psychological functions. But there are many who purchase these drugs over the counter, and they abuse it, excess consumption of it, resulting in impairment of physical, physiological, or psychological functions. So the drugs like barbiturates, amphetamines, benzodiazepines are used as medicines to treat mental illness like depression and insomnia. So next that we are going to discuss about is smoking. So tobacco has been used by human beings for over 400 years. So tobacco is not something which has been used presently. It has been used for by human beings for 400 years. It is smoked. So the tobacco is either smoked, chewed, or used as a snuff. Okay, nashe. Okay. Or it is used chewed as kadipudi or huge sopu, what we call it as, smoked as cigarettes, BDs, and the uh, charas, various way they smoke it, cigarettes, BDs, and the cigars. Okay, it contains many chemical substances. The uh, nicotine or tobacco contains many chemical substances like nicotine and alkaloid, which stimulates adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline, causing high BP and heart rate. So it contains many chemical substances like nicotine and alkaloid, which stimulates the adrenal gland to release adrenaline and noradrenaline, causing high BP and heart rate. So whenever they smoke, high BP and heart rate is seen. So smoking causes cancer of lungs. So you can see here the burnt lungs, healthy lung and a smoker's lung. You can just see the difference between it. So smoking causes cancer of lung, urinary bladder and throat. So cancer of lung, urinary bladder and throat. Emphysema. So difficulty in breathing, emphysema, bronchitis. Okay, coronary heart disease, gastric ulcer, etc. So these are all the ill effects of excessive smoking. So smoking causes cancers of lung, urinary bladder, and throat. Apart from that, they also cause emphysema, that is difficulty in breathing, bronchitis, so swelling or the bronchi is inflammation of bronchi or swelling of bronchi. We call it as bronchitis, coronary heart disease, gastric ulcer, oral cancer. So all these are the different causes of smoking and chewing tobacco. Tobacco chewing causes oral cancer, so the mouth cancer. So smoking increases carbon monoxide content in blood and reduces oxyhemoglobin. This causes this causes the deficiency in body. So oxygen deficiency in body is caused. So smoking is, see the normal alveoli, how it is affected by smoking. Alveoli with emphysema, so the alveoli is damaged because of smoking. So smoking increases carbon monoxide content in blood and reduces the oxyhemoglobin. This causes oxygen deficiency in blood. So oxygen deficiency in body is caused by smoking. Okay, so the adolescence and drug or alcohol abuse, the teenage years. So when the curiosity, experimentation, it all leads to this getting addicted to drugs, alcohol, or uh, what you call it as the um, smoking habits. So tobacco, alcohol, drug abuse, all this happens during the adolescence period. So it might be because of peer pressure, socialization that they want to have, experimentation, curiosity. All these are going to cause this. They are going to cause this drug or alcohol abuse. So just remember about this aspect of it. See, adolescence is a period and process during which a child becomes mature in terms of his or the teenage years, what we call it as is. Adolescence is a period and process during which a child becomes mature in terms of his or her attitude and belief for effective participation in society. Okay, it is a bridge linking childhood and adulthood. So adolescence is a bridge. The teenage years is a bridge between childhood and adulthood. It's a transitional stage. So the period between 12 to 18 years, we call it as adolescence. It is very vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development. So the impressionable age. So it is a vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development. So this is what is the adolescence. It's a period and process during which a child becomes mature in terms of his or her attitudes and beliefs for effective participation in society. So adolescence is a bridge linking childhood and adulthood. It is a period between 12 to 18 years of age. It is very vulnerable phase for mental and psychological development. Okay, the causes of drug or alcohol use in adolescence. So the curiosity and experimentation, need for adventure and excitement to escape facing problems. Okay, stress from pressures and to excel in academics or examination. Television, movies, newspapers, internet, etc. are also a source of information for this drug or alcohol use. Unstable or unsupportive family structure and peer pressure is also reason for this adolescence and drug or alcohol abuse. So this is a very vulnerable stage. Most of you are in the adolescence phase. So you should be mature enough to understand and face problems. So prevent yourself from the curiosity and experimentation. Okay, so the need for adventure and excitement, you can get it through sports and other activities, healthy activities. You need not have to look into these drug or alcohol abuse. So peer pressure, like your friends might pressurize you to take up these, and you should say no to it. So to escape facing problems, so many of you have to learn to solve problems, face problems. It's a part and parcel of our life. Problem solving skills we have to develop rather than trying to uh, escape from problems and trying to search comfort in drug or alcohol use. So stress from pressure to excel in academics or examination, so that shouldn't be a reason for you to take drug or alcohol abuse. Okay, so unstable or unsupportive family structure and peer pressure, so these you should avoid this, even though there might be problems within the family. So these are all problems that each and every one would of us would be facing it. So you should try to find out through healthy relationships, support group through your friends and others, rather than ending up abusing the drug or alcohol. Okay. So addiction is a stage where a psychological attachment, euphoria, and a temporary feeling of well-being to drugs and alcohol. So addiction is a psychological attachment or euphoria. Euphoria is extreme happiness and a temporary feeling of well-being to whenever they take up drugs and alcohol. So this itself is addiction, a psychological attachment to drugs and alcohol because it drives the euphoria and a temporary happiness. With repeated use of drugs, the tolerance levels of the receptor increases. Thus, the receptors respond only to higher dosage, leading to greater intake and addiction. So addiction is very, the withdrawal symptoms are very, very difficult for people who have been addicted to drugs, alcohol. So to come out of it, even from smoking. Okay, the tendency of body to manifest a characteristic and unpleasant withdrawal syndrome if regular dose of drugs or alcohol is abruptly discontinued, suddenly discontinued, they find it very difficult to cope up with it, and an unpleasant withdrawal syndrome you can see. So there are various rehabilitation center and de-addiction centers, even in Bangalore, where the addicts to this drugs or alcohol, they undergo the transition stage. Okay, this results in, so the withdrawal symptoms the dependence, excessive dependence on the drugs and alcohols results in withdrawal symptoms are anxiety, shakiness, nausea, and sweating. So the shivering that comes, nausea and sweating, they're all because of excessive dependence on alcohol or drugs. So this dependence leads to social adjustment problems. So the dependence on these alcohol and drugs leads to social adjustment problems. Many times even antisocial activities are performed by these addicts. Okay. So effect of drug or alcohol abuse is reckless behavior, vandalism, not respecting the social norms. So reckless behavior, vandalism, breaking things, violence. So they are all usually done under the effect of drugs or alcohol. Coma and death is also due to the respiratory failure, heart failure, or cerebral hemorrhage. So the coma and death is also due to respiratory failure, heart failure, or cerebral hemorrhage. So drugs mixed with alcohol may cause death. So these are all things that are happening, and people should stay away from it. Awareness helps us to prevent things happening. So awareness is a need of it. That is the reason you have this chapter, so that students understand the ill effects of drugs and alcohol and how to stay away from it. So drugs mixed with alcohol may cause death. So damage of nervous system and liver cirrhosis. So liver damage is also done by this abuse of alcohol and drugs. Mental and social distress to family and friends is also one of the biggest issue that affects not only the individual but his family and friends who love him and support him. They are also affected by his addiction to drug or alcohol abuse. So many antisocial problems like stealing, spread of infectious diseases like AIDS, hepatitis B, by using this intravenous injections, okay, syringes. So these are all the other diseases that they can get easily affected by. Okay. So use of drugs and alcohol by pregnant women affect the fetus. So fetal alcohol syndrome, or it is also called as FAS. Okay. So the low nasal bridge, the epicanthial folds, minor ear abnormalities. Okay. So the mid face, flat mid face and short nose, thin upper lip, micrognathia, indistinct field drum. So these are all the fetal alcohol syndrome. So the pregnant mothers who utilize or abuse drugs and alcohol during pregnancy, so the fetus gets affected. That is the fetal alcohol syndrome or FAS. So the effect of drugs is loss of sexual drive and necrospermia, lesser amount of sperms. Then misuse of drugs by athletes. So Ben Johnson and others, they lost their social prestige, and their many of them, they were role models for many, but since they abused and used drugs for their performance, so they lost their prestige and reputation in the society. So misuse of drugs by athletes, example, narcotic analgesics, anabolic steroids, diuretics, and certain hormones to increase the muscle strength and bulk and to promote aggressiveness is also one of the misuse of drugs by athletes. Okay. Warning signs of drug or alcohol abuse in adolescence period is sudden drop in academic performance and absence from school, lack of interest in personal hygiene, okay, withdrawal and isolation, depression, fatigue, aggressive and rebellious behavior. So these are some of the warning signals of an adolescent being addicted to drug or alcohol abuse. So the other warning signs are change in sleeping and eating habits, fluctuations in weight, appetite, etc., loss of interest in hobbies, deteriorating relationship between family and friends. So these are also some of the warning signs. So some of the side effects of anabolic steroid abuse in males, it causes acne, increased aggressiveness, mood swings and depressions, okay, reduced testicles, decreased sperm production, kidney and liver dysfunction. So acne, increased aggressiveness, mood swings and depressions, reduced testicles, the size of the testicles gets reduced, decreased sperm production, kidney and liver dysfunction, breast enlargement, premature baldness, enlargement of prostate glands. So these are side effects of anabolic steroid abuse. In females, masculinization, that is being more masculine in appearance, increased aggressiveness, mood swings and depression, excessive hair on face and body, abnormal menstrual cycle, deepening of voice, enlargement of clitoris. So these are all the side effects of anabolic steroid abuse in females. So these bodybuilders and others to bulk up muscles, since they take this anabolic steroid abuse, severe facial and body acne, premature closure of the growth centers of the long bones, resulting in stunted growth. So these are all because of this anabolic steroids. So I'll just wind up with this. Okay. So the prevention and control of adolescence and drug abuse is avoid undue peer pressure. You have that uh, uh, power or assertiveness to say no in a very polite manner to your friends who are pressurizing you to have drugs or alcohol for socialization. Such socialization is not required. So you can avoid this undue peer pressure. Peer pressure is same age group people. Education and counseling, so we are educating you about these drugs and alcohol, the misuse of these drugs and alcohol, ill effects of drugs and alcohol on us. So all that we are educating, counseling and creating awareness. Help from parents and peers, always look for support from your parents and friends who are always helpful and want to see you in a successful way. So looking for danger signs, seeking professional and medical help. Okay, so such as approaching a psychologist and psychiatrist for counseling. So in case of those who are addicted, so they can always approach a psychologist and psychiatrist for counseling, and de-addiction and rehabilitation program for those who have got addicted. There are many successful people who have come or overcome this addiction to alcohol, smoking, and drugs. So they have overcome by these programs. There are many success stories also, and that requires participation from the people who are addicted to it. So the main concern of this entire chapter is to drive home the point of the abuse of alcohol, drugs, and its effects on the developmental stages of adolescence. It affects on society, family, and economy of a family. So these are the main reasons for this topic to be included in your NCERT syllabus. I hope that you have all understood about it, and at present you are aware and you always say no to drugs, alcohol, and smoking. So there is no machoism or masculinity in smoking or alcohol consumption. So they are all weak minded people that fall trap to it. So these are all not signs of masculinity. They are all wrong definition of it or machoism. Okay, so stay away from these. And more you stay away, the more healthy. And there are a lot of healthier way to enjoy life, spend time with family and friends, get involved in healthy activities. So that is what is the purpose of this topic. Okay, dear students, if you have any doubts or clarifications, you can get it clarified or we'll log out from this section. Any doubts or clarification, dear students? Okay, dear students,